Hey gamers, today we're going to look at juicy fruits. Let's check it out. Setup for the game is extremely simple. What you're going to do is put your little round marker here and put it wherever, however many players you are playing with. So with 4 players you put it at the top, with 2 players you put it down here, and that's going to track the end of the game. You're also going to shuffle a bunch of these little hut tiles and put them out in their pre-printed areas on the board. For a 2-player game, fill out the first 2 rows, and then for a 3 or 4-player game, you'll fill them all out. You have these little ice cream. You're going to stack them in their number and where the pre-printed places are on the board here and place them all out there, as well as your little milkshakes. Each player is going to get one of these little postcards here. You flip it over if you're going to be the first player. And then you have tokens of your color. You're going to shuffle, put on the board where these little brown spaces are, and then flip them all over. Now, other things you're going to do on the side is grab some ship tiles. There are 2 types of ship tiles. There are green boats and orange boats. You're going to grab 6 of each from these little bags here, these black bags, and then you're going to put them green, orange, green, orange, green, orange just around your board there. You also have some special tiles put there on the board, and of course all the little nice wooden fruit will be out as well. You have 3 markers here, and that's because there is an alternate way to play this game where you'd flip it over and move through this area here, following these areas and moving across here, scoring random points. And then however far along you are at the end of the game, you'll also score those points. And then of course they got the regular score tracker here, or you can just play plain Jane, which is what I'm showing you today. Is put your little marker there and you are ready to start. Playing the game is extremely simple. What you're going to do is you're going to move any one of these markers and get that amount of fruit depending on how far you slide them. Now you slide them orthogonally, not diagonally. So for instance, if on one move I just move down here, that's 1 space, I would grab 1 orange. On my next move, I could move this lime down 2 spaces, or just 1 if I wanted to, but I can move it down 2 and get 2 limes, and so on and so forth. Now after that, you can also, at the end of the turn, if you can buy something either in the market or pay off one of these boats. When you pay off one of these boats, let's say that I, on another turn, moved up here, got these 2 little pomegranates here, and I see this boat right here. It says 2 pomegranates and an orange. So I pay the 2 pomegranates and the orange, remove this from my board. It opens up another space to make the board bigger, my board bigger, and then I get 2 victory points. So I'd move myself up 2 on the victory point track. Another place to buy stuff is from the market here, and as you see, it's pre-printed on the board here about how much each one of these costs on each row. So for instance, if I want to buy some on this row, I had to pay 2 figs and 3 limes, which I have, and then I could pick any tile from this row, pick it up, and then put it on my board. Now, the tiles do different things. The rule book will show you what they do. That sometimes they just give you reward points. Sometimes they give you some of these bigger tiles, which give you bigger reward points but take up spaces on your board. Sometimes they allow you to get ice cream, like this one, the green ice cream. You can get any of the green ice cream cones. Yellow will let you get one of those. A blue one will let you get one of those ice creams. And then however many times you move them across your board, like if I move this token, slid it twice over my board, I could buy 2 ice creams or 1 milkshake. What are ice creams and milkshake? Well, as you see, pre-printed on here is what you have to pay to get one of those, and of course you would get the victory points immediately. And for milkshakes, they're very easy to get. You have to have 2 of the same type, and of course they're only worth 3 points each. Something like this token here, if you were to take this, you could immediately get one of those fruit, and then whenever you slide it, you can get either or split it, and then you'd always get a +1 of whichever one of these 2 you would want. Now each time someone grabs one of these tiles or they take the last ice cream from one of these piles, you're going to be moving the certificate board down the pathway there. And of course when it gets to the end there, you'll finish out the round and then add up final points. The only thing you're going to be adding up is in-game tiles like this. For instance, for every ice cream shop, as you see here, it has that emblem there. For every ice cream shop I have on my player board, I get 4 extra points. Or like this one, hey, for every star I have, I get a victory point for. So this one has 3 stars. It gave me 5 victory points, but it's going to give me an additional 3 if I have this. And basically that's the game. Final thoughts, what do I think about the game? Well, I should mention if there is a tie, then the person who went later on in the round, they would win. And that happened a lot. We had a lot of ties here. This is a fun game. It's kind of unique in that you're sliding around getting fruit, and it plays extremely quickly. What is the time on this one? It says 20 to 50 minutes. 20 maybe. 20 was probably the longest game we played. It was a 10-minute game because people knew what they were doing. By the time I'd collected my fruit and bought something, it was my turn again. By the time I figured out where I wanted to place on the board, I looked up and they said, your turn. I was like, oh, it goes fast when everyone knows what they're doing. And I think the first game may have lasted 20 minutes. After that, 15 minutes, you know, between 10 and 15 minutes for 3 players, I know at least, and 20 minutes for a 4-player game. Really, really quick. A lot of fun. I wonder how much replayability this has, though, because sure, you're going to get different types of boats, and sure, you can get different tiles every game you play, but it seems a no-brainer to unlock your boats, to unlock your board, to get those ice cream tiles, because the ice cream tiles are where it seems like all the points are, to get those last-minute big tiles for those last-minute big scores to end the game. That seems to be it, you know. But it is a fun game. This is a family game. This is a gateway game. It is a fun game. I just don't know why it's been so popular for the past year. I've been trying to get this game for over a year now, and I finally was able to get a copy. Brand new. The guy said he'd played it once, but it hadn't even punched out. So it was brand new, and it's a fun game. But again, where is the replayability there? That's my only question. I haven't played it enough to say that, but I have a feeling that after a while the game would get kind of old. All right, gamers, that's it for today. Until next time, you know what to do. Game on!